was 1:56 a.m. and I was staring at my bedroom ceiling, knowing that I had to wake up in 4 hours to the wretched sound of my alarm. I kept telling myself one more game of Fortnite, and this would later turn into one more episode of my favorite show, and this would eventually become one more scroll, and on some days, one more assignment. And the next morning, I would wake up tired and stay that way throughout the whole day until it was time to go to bed and repeat this whole process again and again for the coming years. And I wasn't the only one stuck in this cycle. Many of those around me got 4, 5, maybe 6 hours of sleep at night. And somewhere along the way, sleeping during class and being tired all the time became something we'd laugh about. Hi, my name is Dhruv Bollineni, and I'm a 10th grader. And today, I'm going to talk to you about what sleep deprivation is doing to our bodies. Well, first of all, what is sleep deprivation? Well, the National Sleep Foundation tells us that sleep deprivation is quite literally not getting enough sleep. And they say that children between the age of 7 to 13 typically need 9 to 11 hours of sleep. Teenagers between the age of 14 to 17 need 8 to 10 hours of sleep. And adults over the age of 18 need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So knowing this now, by a raise of hands, how many of you guys can actually say that you get enough sleep? All right, that's amazing for the few of you who did say that you get enough sleep. But for the majority of you, I'm going to stand here and explain how sleep deprivation isn't just simply making you tired, but it's actually posing some serious risks to your health. In the short term, sleep deprivation can actually slow down your memory function through the shrinkage of your temporal lobe. And memory is such a vital part of our daily lives that this is really significant every day. Another thing is it's also influencing our physical well-being, as it can cause less muscle recovery, which can cause less muscle growth for athletes, and it can increase injury risks in a lot of people, decreasing overall athletic performance. In the long term, it can cause a higher risk of disorders such as Alzheimer's, sleep apnea, sleep insomnia, type 2 diabetes, obesity, and high blood pressure. But the two that I think are the most important are anxiety and depression. I mean, every day, we students are dealing with constant stress from assignments and tests. And you guys, who doesn't deal with stress every single day? Well, when anxiety and depressive feelings are paired into your sleep, it can really cause a lot of people to have a hard time going to sleep. And when a person is sleep deprived throughout the day, they'll have a hard time formulating good and positive thoughts and will gather more anxious and negative thoughts, which can cause more feelings of anxiety and depression. And they'll be sleep deprived in the night again, and this will have a continuous cycle that can last a lot of years. And it is really hard for a lot of people to break out of this cycle. Okay, now that I've told you some of the ways that sleep deprivation can affect your health, I can help guide you through some of the ways that you can start improving your sleep. It can be as simple as having something you do before you go to sleep. This can be things such as brushing your teeth, having a skincare routine, or just having a comfy bed that you can sleep in. And instead of just cutting out technology before you go to bed, you can implement red light settings in your technology which produce more melatonin. Melatonin is a sleep hormone, and this is better than blue light, which suppresses melatonin production in your body. Instead of just having to give up technology before bed, you can actually still find a way for your body to unwind and relax before you go to sleep. For people who are really struggling with sleep, supplementation can be something that really helps a lot of people. Things like melatonin supplements or even magnesium can really help people induce sleep and fall asleep easier. But the thing that I think is the most important when it comes to your sleep is instead of just thinking of it as an afterthought or something that you don't really think a lot about, it's more important to think of it as a priority. When I started prioritizing my sleep and getting 8, 9, 10 hours of sleep at night, I started reaping the benefits. I felt full of energy, and every day, I wouldn't just show up. I was able to get through my day with a lot of productivity. So the next time you're thinking to yourself, one more game, one more episode, one more scroll, think to yourself, is it really worth taking energy away from your tomorrow? If your answer is no, then now is the time to change and transform yourself and go to sleep. Thank you.